like on the video so that it'll pop to more people. I'm going to run through the solutions. This is going to take a while to go through all these solutions. This is going to take some time, but we're going to walk through the solutions. Hopefully I can have a little 50 people help me as we go through this. I already went through it with my online class already on Tuesday. When I was Tuesday, we did it. Kelly, hello. So let me just put all the information. Press like and subscribe to increase engagement. Shucks, I wanted to put everything in one thing. I'll press like and subscribe to increase engagement. Good night, Justin, Antonio, Mishek, Videsh, Vendetta, Derek. Somebody say, all right, time to see the crap I did. And so it begins. It's a beautiful exam indeed. It was a beautiful exam. So one, press like to... So we starting just now, just waiting for some more people to come online. If you're watching the video after the fact, after the live, skip ahead to where we start up now. 2, follow me on Instagram at Cohen Springer to know when I'm going online and that kind of thing. Press like and subscribe to increase engagement. So everybody here should press like on the video. How many people we have online right now? 3. Paper trees. I am doing all the paper trees tomorrow afternoon, every single one of the paper tree that has passed already. That's the aim. If I ain't finished tomorrow, I had to finish during the week. 790, but I'll do all. 790-8813. 868-790-8813 to register for the online class, for the online maths class. So if anybody want to join a maths class, link up to the zinc up. So good. So boom, bam. I just put any notifications here. Let me read some comments. And where is pin? Where is pin? I want to pin something here. Pin. Help me out now. Help me out here. There's new settings. Whatever. Let me see. So the maths class is 10 out of 10. Yes, the online maths class 10 out of 10. Link up, join through. My teacher teaching matrices now and I already understand. Blessings. Thanks to Cohen. Nice. She really going to do paper 3 the night before camp. So maybe I shouldn't do paper 3 tomorrow then. Maybe I should do some camp tomorrow, just a little touch of camp. Hello from Guyana. So do you do principle of accounts? I don't do any business subjects. Search adaptation for business subjects on YouTube. So you have to do Cape Physics Module 2 Unit 1 for the people. Yeah, we're doing that for the people. For the people, we're doing that. Father of the nations, alright, bro. So I can't the paper online. You can't get the paper online. No, I don't think they have the paper online yet. It's only a few people are the paper. They send all the paper, but you know people they send me the paper by right after the exam done. I don't go in my email and thing. So you know they can't say it's me, right? If any back can happen. But so I opened up on Tuesday and checked it out, and it was the most beautiful exam. 124 viewers online, so we could start. Just make sure you press like on the video. And when I say this, some people they just listen and forget to press the like. Go ahead and one press like on the video. How much likes we have? Let me check. I'm going to go and check. 62 likes, 124 viewers. I'll you organize that. Make sure you're not one who didn't press like. The reason we press like and comment and subscribe and things is to increase engagement on the video so that everybody who want to see it will get to see it. People who subscribe will get a notification. Follow me on Instagram for more information at Cohen Springer if you want to ask me stuff. Every now and then I go through my inbox and try and answer everything, like every month or so. And press the like on the video. We don't talk about that. Paper 3 tomorrow. Well, maybe not tomorrow. Right click. Yeah, that right click thing was working. Hello from Guyana. Guyana in the building. Shout out what country you're from. Shout out what country you're from. Hello from America. Wow. CX in America too. So can you do some physics? Yes, we can. So you're doing physics by any chance? When is physics exam? And the number to register for the class is 7908813. If you're not in Trinidad, you know the area code for Trinidad is 186. This is this is WhatsApp, right? You'll WhatsApp this number 1868. And the online class is 200 TT a month. All right, 105 likes. We go work with that. 105 likes. We could go forward. As soon as the likes go up, the views is go up one time too. So let's see. Send out them notifications. Guyana, Trinidad, Barbados, Antigua, St. Lucia, Guyana, Jamaica, Antigua. Nice. I noticed it have a big St. Lucia crew, boy. Have a big St. Lucia crew. I tell Lubia we go in St. Lucia this year. We go in St. Lucia this year. First question in the paper. I know this will bring back some lovely memories for some people. First question in the paper was what? Let's start to do some snapping, boys. This is going to be a long live, so go and get coffee and thing, because the paper is 2 hours and 40 minutes to do. I'll try to work fast. I mean, I have the solutions here already. The first two real easy, right? Actually, the first question was the easiest question one I have ever seen. You hear what I'm saying? You know, all I basically do is peep. Let me just get a little smaller there. Haiti, Turks, and Caicos. I know I'm not pronouncing something right here. Real St. Lucia, boy. Yes, you do. Big up St. Lucia. Prodigy from Trini. So this is the first question. And the answer to this was what, man? The answer to this was, we just go through the first question quickly, right? I don't need to really talk about the first question. I'm much of gosh, like I delete my answer for the first question. So somebody just work out the answer for the first question, eh? The answer for the first question. What was the answer for the first question, man? So you put this in your calculator. Alright, let me just put it in my calculator and let's see what happens. Anybody have the answer for the first question? The whole of question one was the easiest question done ever. So I know how to bring up my calculator anyway, so I might as well go and look for it. Best calculator in the world. Let's see. And I'm just bringing up the calculator here. Calculator had to come up the way. Go across a little bit. So I'll again 3 over 20. Nice. I don't need to work out 3 over 20, right? 3 over 20 ring a bell. I think it was 23 minus 20 or something. Something happened there. So 3 over 20, cool. Did I just interpret something? 3 over 20. The next question was 507.5. And we were asked to find the exact value. So you're not going to do any rounding off here. That 3 over 20 is the best answer I can give them. You're not going to do any rounding off, right? And then the part B wanted you to look at the stadium currently has a seating capacity of this amount of seats. Now I have the clean version, but I'll be using this version every now and then just to save time. Calculate the number of people in this stadium when 75% of the seats are occupied. So 75 of the number of people in the stadium, 75%, to get this amount. Cool. The stadium is to be renovated. Let me just find this. The stadium is to be renovated with a new seating capacity of this. This answer here not correct. I make a slight mistake here. So with a new seating capacity of 20,790 seats. After the renovation, what is the percentage increase? Now a percentage increase will always be those who want me to send PDF and thing. I don't want to tell you to message me Instagram, you'll be stuck up, but message me Instagram. Right, and I try to respond to as many as I can over the course of the week to send whatever. And people messaging me to send SBA samples and things. I'm working on it. Hopefully, I just put everything on my website. You see, I didn't go on my website in a long time. I just have my information and ads there right now. So I have to go and set up some stuff. After the renovation, what will be the percentage increase in the number of seats? Well, you went from this amount to that amount. So the answer is 35%. Very good. So you work out the increase in seats. Then you work this out as percentage increase in seats, but don't put it over this. Put it over the original value. Right? I said that in my video, but then I write the wrong thing. I was doing a video earlier this week. So you get 35%. Right? I see Raj correcting me there. Yes, Raj. That's correct. So far, so good. So far, so good. Yeah, question 1 is easy. If neon light flashes 5 times every second, so it have like 100 ways you can do this. I was talking to some people in my lessons class on Tuesday. One person did it like real this was 5 times every 10 seconds. So 5 times 6 every minute. You understand? And 5 times 6 times 60 every hour. And then 5 times 6 times 60 times 24 for the day. I don't know, something like that. Some sort of. What you can do is if it flashing 5 times every 10 seconds, it means every 2 seconds there'll be a flash. Every 2 seconds. And then you just work out how much seconds in the day, divide, and you get that. Whatever you do, just make sure you write a nice statement, not like this. Actually, this could work because but you want to write neatly and have everything settled so that the examiner can see which method they use. This will be strange too. Those who correct in the paper will have to know. I have like 4 or 5 different ways to find this 43200. So whoever correcting need to know maths good, right? Factorize the following. That's the last of question 1. Let me just make sure I didn't leave out anything in question 1. By the way, that is it for question 1 day. What do you think about that? Tell me what you think about that. That is the easiest question 1 I have ever seen. There was even a valid, really consumer arithmetic question. So I found for 1 second and then find out how much seconds in a day and divide and get 2, right? Divide by 2. Right, nicely. Use a calculator, otherwise calculate the exact value of the following. That's question 1. Question 2 now. Well, you jump in some factorization here, people. We jump in some factorization here. The first factorization was easy. Question 2 was food 2. The next one was a quadratic. So you line up this quadratic and you factorize and you reach here. Chavi's the loudest man in the whole world. That's my son. Any questions? If you're, I like your hoodie as a fellow pressman. Blessings. Big up all the pressmen in the chat. Solve the equation r plus 3, 3r minus 5. Well, you do a little expansion here. If you have any questions, just let me know and I'll try and think. Bring across the 15. Actually, I brought across the 3. And bring this on the next side. End up with a double negatives here, and then I end up with 9 in the end. Cake. People who in May should be trembling a little bit because history has shown, and I'm talking about last year, that when the January exams come easy, the May is come with a little venom now. So hopefully that will happen again. Make K the subject of the formula. Brought across the 3t over here because I don't want it. Brought across the pi. Then we'll have k squared as the head now, but I want k, so I have to find the square root. Nice. Rep present. What school do you teach in right now? I teach in 5 River Secondary on the east. Alright, if I'm a plant 2 crops, potatoes and corn on a 10 hectare piece of land, the number of hectares of corn planted must be twice the number of hectares of potato. This inequality, because you have to write two inequalities. This inequality here, somebody say, well, I go on dead for June there. This inequality here was a little hard to catch, right? If you read the question, you realize that this inequality was hard to catch. And I see in the class, in my Tuesday class, a lot of people couldn't figure out the second inequality because you see the number of hectares of corn, C must be at least twice the number of hectares of potato. That's clear. You can figure out that. Hectares of corn, at least twice that. But figuring out the next inequality was kind of hard. On a 10 hectares. So this is a little back to front. Oops, this back to front. Let me just fix this. Anybody notice that? Because if the two crops, potatoes, on a 10 hectare piece of land, so this is the inequality here. It must be C plus P must be less than 10 hectares. Right? I think I said that in the live too, and I didn't write the wrong inequality sign. So good thing I spot that. Any questions so far? Oh, I thought it was less than or equal. Somebody just see that? Yeah, the second one. Cool. Ah, okay, I got it. Nice. So yeah, this inequality was hard to spot, but there it is. Then, earlier, that was the end of the second question. So the hardest thing was this. You may have lost 1 mark here in the second question. All these other things you're accustomed preparing for. Factorization, solving equation, subject of the formula. This may be a little tricky for some people. And here what they're going to come and ask in question 3 now. To tell you how much faces, edges, and vertices on this. What in the name of SCA is going on here? My heart was beating and I see that. I got that. No, I got that wrong. So that is linear programming, right, Chance? Yes and no. Linear programming have a little inequalities, but a little more stuff. It's had actually plugging in inequalities and then find out stuff. I thought I did it wrong. Wait, now, when we start a live, we start this. I'll press like in the video so everybody can get the notifications from me. Please, 143 likes. Let me raise that standings. Hearing that venom might strike in June literally brought tears to my eyes. So yeah, I'm not even gonna bother to do that question. I hope I get the correct thing. Imagine if I get it wrong, that'll be shameful. So a sports club owns it. This is a tricky question and most people didn't get out. This line, and I think it was 1 mark to draw that line. A scale diagram of this field is shown below. You know what they asked you to do? To draw a line that is equidistant from these 2 lines. They didn't really put it in that way. Let me see the way they write it. It was a lot of words to it. You know, when you put a lot of words in maths, that's true of people too. You see, I write unique here. I've never seen this kind of question before. The field is to be divided with a fence P to the side RS. I wonder if this question came like this because of basic construction and matrices. I have basically killed those 2 topics on my channel. You look for construction and matrices, you'll see all the nooks and crannies that they can bring for CXC on my channel. So be sure to check out those videos if you get any problem with that. Each point on the fence is the same distance from PQ as from PS. So you're drawing a fence. The field is to be divided with a fence from P to the side RS so that the different sports can be played at the same time. But each point on the fence must be the same distance from this as to that. So you needed to bisect the line. And to see that bisecting would have been kind of, somebody said they overthink everything because it was so easy. But I didn't even do that question. I didn't understand it. So I say real people didn't do that question. Yeah, so, and it was just easy, just to bisect the lines. It was an easy thing again, but the amount of words they bring it in. Because if they just come straight and tell you, yo, bisect that, everybody will bisect that, everybody know to bisect the line. You come and bisect the angle, I keep saying the line. You do this, you stick your compass here, you do that. Look up the notes I have on construction, the video I have on construction, and you'll see how to do all these things. And you bisect, and you go on with your life. Write down the length in the fence in meters. I can't tell you this. I can't tell you this because I don't have the scale. But what you have to do is take a ruler and measure. And don't write these centimeters, people. You have to convert it to meters using this scale here. Every 1 centimeter is 10 meters. So let me see a measure and you get 7.5 centimeters. The answer would be 75 meters. Right? I overthink that question. So what was the least you can get in paper 2 to pass with a 1 and 3? I wish I could tell you. I need to know all your paper marks, kind of way. Yeah, so it was 7.5, really? I don't know how much it was. Don't quote me on this. We don't know how much it was because I don't have a scaled representation of the diagram here from CXC. A quadrilateral PQRS and PQRS all prime are shown on the grid below. You can't really see it because I cannot draw it up, but this was the first one. And that was the second one. Straight away you see that it's going from here to here is an enlargement. Right? Bisect means split in two. Yes. When is bi also? You tell me. So you see this enlargement and they asked some stuff about enlargement. Here's what they asked. We were asked first first they went back into easy mode again. So you see now this exam coming easy, tricky like hell, easy. What is this? Easy. That's how this exam went for the most part. I find. So they asked you to name the shape, brother. You get a mark for writing trapezium in this exam. Imagine if you forgot what this shape is called. Pressure, yes. So, and I think this shape is given in your formula sheet kind of way. You have AB thing. The area of the trapezium. PQRS to this, and they told us is an enlargement, but they want to know the scale factor K, and they want to know the center of enlargement AB. So using the diagram, you need to show you get those values. So very simply, you take the Q and you take the Q and the Q prime and you join them together and you go backwards. You take your P and your P prime and you join them together and you go backwards. Where the two lines intersect, that's your center of enlargement right there. To find the scale of enlargement, look at one side QR and then look at the next image, the image side. Q prime, R prime. DVC master, oh my gosh, that's one of the weirdest comments I've seen in a long while. So you're going up here in a scale of 3. You can see that, right? 1, 1, 2, 3. The working, all my working here kind of in a scrappy state, but I'm writing it up neat because I have big plans, right? So 3 over 1, and this is your scale factor here. Side and image, side and object. And the center of enlargement will already show you how to get that. So you write where your K, A, and B is there and you move along. The function f is defined. I forgot to finish out this question. I hope all you're seeing all the mistakes that students make in here. This is a good thing to read this chat. So you're seeing all the regrets that students had. Forgetting to do out a question, forgetting to check back, overthinking, blanking out, them kind of thing. Somebody say feeling so stupid now, oh my lord. Yeah. So watching my solutions could be kind of toxic sometimes. When you're seeing the mistakes that you made. When you're doing the bio live, we're talking about what you're talking about. The function f is defined as this. So a basic substitution here, and this is the answer I got. Hopefully I didn't do anything wrong. The substitution 4 into there, the substitution -4 into that as well. And you boil it down like Baji, you get 14 over 5. Moving on. Calculate the value of x when f of x is 9. So f of x is equal to this stuff over here, this whole shindig over there. So if you want to find the value of x when f of x is 9, well, just put 9 and then solve it. 9, bring across the 5, 5 by 9 is 45, bring across the 7, You get 45, take out 7, I just write it here. 2x on that side, bring across to 2. 19 is your answer. So the value of x is 19. The next question, they're going to ask you some ridiculous thing. They ask you, I didn't snap that question. Let's see, what was that for? Oi. So if you leave out 3 questions, you could still get one if you do good in. Yeah. Depends on which 3 questions they leave out. Like once it's not the same, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. We can see. So what is least you have to get in paper too? We talk about them. We talk about my thoughts on marks and things just now. Hence, otherwise determine the value. You want to determine the value of this f inverse of 9. And anytime you say hence or otherwise, please use the hence. Please use the hence. So the value of f inverse of 9 will be 19. It will be the same value you just record. Why? Because if f of x gives us 9, this is the x, this is the f of x. F inverse of x means to go the opposite direction. Right? So if we go in the opposite direction and we got this 9 is f of x is 9. Can I explain this kind of way? F of x is 9. I want to show the relationship here. When x is 19, right? We found that out. And f of x would be 9. F inverse goes the opposite direction. Right? F inverse is the reverse. And you can double check it too. But the question has only 1 mark, so it wasn't expected to work out the whole inverse and everything. You just expected to just substitute values and get the answer. You just expected to use the hence. So it's 19. Let me move along there. Nobody should have any questions there. The graph below 2 straight lines. This was a straightforward they call this coordinate geometry. 195 viewers. Let me just double check the likes. 182 likes. You can take that. Don't forget to press like on the video as you pop in. Press like. Follow me at Kerwin Springer on Instagram for updates, especially if you're doing an exam this season. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you want to join the online class, I know a few people interested in the online class, this is the number to WhatsApp. Boy, squeeze that down, 1868, that's your area code for Trinidad, right? So WhatsApp that number. The class is very affordable, 200 TT a month, and we're on the 29th class. We went to class Tuesday. Watch how this paper hard. This paper not hard, but this is actually one of the easiest papers in a while. I mess this up. You're not talking. You're not talking on nobody. What are you talking about? Form 4 is doing this in advanced right now. Yeah, this is coordinate geometry. So, they gave you that and they asked to find. I didn't take down the question. Let's just snap the question so you'll get an idea what they asked for you to do. To determine the equation of L1. So you see now there, determine the equation of L1. And that was straightforward because we gave them 2 points on L1, we give them this point and that point. So first you find the gradient, then you substitute it into this equation, and you find the equation of L1 there. And the next question was asked to determine the gradient of the next line. We already found that the gradient of L1 was -1/2. Sorry, this is L1, right? We found the gradient of L1 to be -1/2. You notice it going downwards, right? So had to be negative. I find coming down to the end, the paper was hard. Yeah, the paper get a little tougher down to the end. I could agree on that. The vectors question was a workout. The vectors question was a workout. L2, this gradient has to be 2. If this gradient is -1/2, you know the relationship. This is the relationship because they are perpendicular. So you just substitute here and you'll find the gradient to be 2. Shouldn't have any questions there. So then we had a weird cumulative frequency question here, but then you realize it's basically the same kind of things they were asking about. I'm in Form 4, I'm going to write maths in May. What's the number he said? The number I said, take down the number those who join in the class, 790-8813. 1868. We have students from all over the Caribbean. In fact, we have 2 WhatsApp groups for this online class, and they discuss all the time. We have 2 extra tutors, and they work along with the students in assignments that I give weekly. Tuesday class, we will be doing some measurement. That's the questions that come with these kind of thing, and you have internal diameter and that kind of thing. We'll be going through that on Tuesday class here. Class is Tuesday 7 to 9. So be sure to link up with this online class. Even if you're going to class and you have the time, I would advise you to join my online class. A group of 100 students estimated the mass M grams of seed, blah, 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 blah. Some weird things taking place here. You have your little cumulative frequency, a little. How you pronounce this word again, Mike? Or give, or jive, or whatever. That's the shape of the curve, the cumulative. And then we were asked to estimate the median. The median is the middle. So you're just checking to see that the top one is 100, half of 100 is 50, median is here. You bring it down, you get your answer for your median. So please teach vectors. Well, I will be teaching vectors in my online class, 1. And I have free videos on nearly everything in vectors. So you can just search Kerwin Springer, any topic you want, Kerwin Springer, any topic, and you can get blessed up. Upper quartile, but if you want a long, full class explanation, you need to join the class. That cumulative frequencies are breeze. The upper quartile, you could use this thing, the 3n plus 1, or 3/4, 3n plus 1 divided by 4. 3n plus 1 divided by 4. 3/4 n plus 1, where n is the top number. Or you can just watch here and see a quarter of 100 is 75. The reason I'm saying you can do both is because I've seen CXC do both already. Right? So 75, you remember you have 4 quartiles. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's like you split it up into 4 parts. So how I'll split 100 into 4 parts? You'll have a 25 there, you have the 50 there, and you have the 75 there. And you split it into 4 parts. So if you want the, what was that? The upper quartile, the value of the upper quartile, you find your 75, then you bring it across, and you bring it down, and that's your answer there. 30, not this, the median. 4.3 grams. Oh, you didn't know about the interquartile thing? Yeah, boy. So you need to know about your interquartile range. And this question went on to ask about the semi-interquartile range, which is actually the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. And then you need to divide by 2. The upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So you read off your values. It was 4.3 minus the 2.3. That gives us 2. Right? And then you divide by 2 again, and you get 1. Anybody remember again 1 for this question? Getting 1 for your semi-interquartile range. This question was easy. For May, June, CXC, can't catch me with a question like this again. Oh my, I got it right. I lost marks for this case. I didn't use the actual numbers. Yes. Number 1 mistake on upper quartile and thing, and somebody's going to make this mistake again in the future, is that people take the 75 and the 25 and minus. It's not them values you want. You know, the 75 and the 25, you want the actual grams values based off of the quartile. So this is the 75. You need to get what that 75 represents. You understand what I'm talking about? People will just take this, take away this. Nobody want that. What we really want is when this bring across, so what is the value there? And when this bring across, there was the value here. So this really represents the interquartile range. And you need to divide that by 2 to get the semi-interquartile range. There's enough talk on that. I get a whole question wrong. They say you're doing any bio videos for Jan exams. Nobody tell me when the bio exam is. Somebody say chem exam is Monday. That's true. I forget to divide it by the 2. Yeah. This was the hardest question. Yeah, I guess if you don't know the, to be honest, it's not the hardest question. But if you don't know the topic, it will be the hardest question. It's not the hardest. But if you don't know, you don't know. Number of students who estimate, so they're bringing in a little estimate, and then they might train a probability in the question. Number of students who estimate 2.8 grams or less. So let's go. You're coming from the next direction in the graph now. You're going to come from 2.8 here, go up, find a number, and it will be that number who estimate 2 grams or less, you understand? And it turned out to be 38 students. Then, use the cumulative frequency curve on page 18 to complete the table. So this question was just on and on and on and on and on. I feel like how you get 9 marks in this question? How much this question was out of? This question just going on and on. It's 9 marks, but oh gosh. But they really test you on this. They really test your knowledge. So this was an excellent question. Easy, but full testing, you know. I must say the question one was a little too easy. I know students in one maths teacher to be saying that, especially me, who's supposed to be for the people. But question one was probably a little too easy. All the rest was good. There were 1 or 2 really tricky questions though. But on a whole, the exam was the easiest. Latoya, CXE easy kids. Latoya, were you saying the same thing in the live last year? I got this wrong. I in Form 5 and I didn't do this in school. That's okay, teacher might get it done this too. Cumulative frequency, I think is normally be left to last. Zai! Use the cumulative frequency curve on page 18 to complete the frequency table. So this was a little tricky. 0 to 2 is 20. How I get this 49 here? Here we actually need to do it. So, like this thing, I have never taught this as a teacher. Maybe I teach the concept, but I never teach how to do that specific question. That's like a next unique question. So 2 to 4, you want to read off the values here. And in between here will tell me how many people are there in the 2 and 4. You understand what I'm saying? So it was, I think it was 6.9 minus 20 or some kind of thing. So, and you get 49. You get 49. And then you're doing the same thing. 4 to 6 and you read it off. And you can verify they did that because 0 to 2 is 20. 0 to 2 is 20. So you see, they got the 20. Then it was 49 in between there, 24 here. The next thing you want to double check to make sure you come correct when you're watching your scale is add up all of this and make sure you get 100. Right? So like if you had 50 here and 24 here, you might lose some because you're making sense. You're getting 101 in the end. Now if you had 50 there and 23 there, depending on how well the drawing was, they might give you the mark, you know, because you have a little error, room for error there in how you're seeing the scale. What sense are you in strict? I don't know what you're talking about. My brain just said break time. No, we're just going forward here. The student is chosen at random, find the probability that the student estimated the mass to be greater than 6 grams. You see how long this question is, and it's 9 marks. 100 minus 93. So I basically just went from 6 grams here. 6 grams, read it off, got 93. You see, 93. And I didn't take 93 and put over 100. They say 6 grams or more. So it means above 93, which is only 7 to make it 100. You understand? Estimated the mass to be greater than 6 grams. So it's actually 7. There's 7 people above 93. So that probability is 7 over 100, 7%. That will work. Then, this is a measurement question. A little unique-ish, but nothing you can't manage. It have plenty places to make mistakes in this question too. Should the area of the rectangle is this? Well, this by that. But how you get this and how you get that? You're supposed to add up the diameters. Right? They only give you the radius by the way, but the circle's touching. So you can figure out this question long and very that last question. Eh? Yeah, so yeah, they make a chem live or something. So bio is Tuesday, we need some bio, please. I can see what I can do. While you're doing a lot of stuff. So bio is Tuesday, by the way. Bio is Tuesday. I fed up about this. So Then we were asked some kind of thing. What we was asked, right? So you need to show the area. Anytime you see a question mark, show the area, is this? Sweet. Then calculate the area of the shaded region. Everybody know how to do that. You find the area of all the circles and you subtract it from the area of the. So remember, we had 12 circles. Get the total area there. 12 circles, yeah, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 3 by 4 is 12. Subtract and you get this answer here. Anybody get an answer? Are you going to delete this video? I'm leaving this video right up here. Let's make sure and press like and subscribe and do what you're supposed to do. Next part of the question asks you to state the type of triangle shown above. And I just realized that for my whole life I'm spelling isosceles wrong as leaving all the S. Somebody tell me that in class. Or maybe I'm spelling it correct, but I just leave all the S in class or something. Whatever. Isosceles have 2 S's in it, brother. We know it's an isosceles triangle because the 2 base angles were the same. And then we were asked, did I save the question? To determine the value of angle PNM, 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 PNM. Well, this plus this minus that from 180, you'll get PNM right? Base angles. You should also do solutions for Cape pure maths. I don't think there was a jam for Cape. We appreciate what you're doing, sir. Blessings. So you're going to save the life? Yes, I'm going to save the life. Megan, can't remember if I got the answer, but all I know is that I got back the value CXC gave us. Nice. I spelled isosceles wrong, so I lose a mark for that. I don't think you'll lose a mark for isosceles if you spell it wrong. What paper is this again? Once you like leave out like a little S or something, you should get a. Calculate the area of the triangle MNP. Area of the triangle, you want to use this formula. Half AB sine C. You don't want to use no half breadth by height because you don't really have a height. You really have a height per se, right? So you have to use this sine. Half AB sine C. This is the sweetest formula to use for triangle area. Once again, you're not using a cosine rule and sine rule. Very, 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 very rarely will you ever see a cosine rule pop in section 1. By rarely, I mean never. Right? So it didn't really win and pop. So it may once in a lifetime, but I highly doubt it. But this pops a lot. This sign. This I say sine rule, but this sign formula for finding the area. This is not the sine rule as we know it. Let's go forward. This was easy, but it had a little spice in it. You get 60 and 61. You see clearly here that if you have 1, you have 12. If you have 2, you have 24. So you're going up in 12s. The answer is 12 by whatever this number is. 12n. And this one you're adding a little 1 to it. So that's how you get your first 6 marks here. Very easy to score 6 marks in this question. Right? The next part was a little weird. You have to sit down and read it and make sure you understand what are we talking about. CXC. The sum of the number of dots in the consecutive figures. You see, this is like what they asked last year and everybody complained about it, where you had a summation, a series happening here. But they explain themselves better to kind of guide you through it, right? So you're adding 13 and 25. You're adding the consecutive figures with each other, right? And then 25 and 37. Then 37 and 49. You know where you get those numbers from, right? Right here. 13 and 25, 27, 49, 49, 61, that kind of thing. So determine the total number of that's for figure 7 and figure 8. You could go up all the way, or you could just substitute in right here and 7 in the place of n, because remember the formula is 12n plus 1. So you put your 7 here and your 8 here, add that up, and you're good to go. So the question by itself just so is add maths, but because they explain what to do for you here, it made it a mathematical question. It was an investigation question. So you don't need to use no add maths here, just use investigation. Anyway, you could have figured this out, even if you went through the long route of going all the way up, anything, right? Way boy. I got this correct. The serious question is this one I've ever seen. 3 marks for me. Oi, ways, I wanna cry. Thumbs up. If you leave out the N, would you get it wrong? And then what? Any formula, if you leave body and any formula, yeah, the max. Figure n plus 1, that's a little tough, but this is the n, and just in place of n, you put n plus 1. And then you can boil this down if you're feeling happy. So 12n plus 1, 12 by n, and the 12 by the 1, you get 12. You add up your stuff and you get 24n plus 14. This was a little tricky. So I read this question harder than average, right? This one harder than average. But you should have gotten at least 8 marks out of this 10. The 8 marks was good. You never get the n thingy. Once again, I have a video explaining how to do these kind of things for maths. We had a search point. I think investigation. If you search the topic investigation, Cohen Springer investigation, you're going to get a nice little help out there. Simultaneous equation was very hard if you didn't study how to do a linear and a non-linear. You see, you have a normal linear equation here, meaning you didn't see no square or anything there. And this guy over here is a kind of quadratic, kind of setting up something here. So, how are we solving this? Search Cohen Springer simultaneous equation, linear and non-linear, for additional help on that. But they pose this question in a very nice way. You have an x here and you have an x there, so we can actually equate the two. You can actually just take this and that and equate it to each other. Bam and bam. So do this too late. I forget my answers now. I have mixed emotion about this exam. Oh good, sorry about that. Well, I did do it Tuesday as part of the class, and I wanted to do it like Wednesday or Thursday, but I didn't get no time. I wanted to do it public now. But the Tuesday class is a private class. I needed 2, but I failed the paper 2. Sorry, I got it looking fresh. Sabrina, what's up? Sabrina from the class. Oh my god, I thought I was doing mess with this question. OMG, you get you. As Burns came in January, can it still come in me? Of course, anything could come. Anything could come. You're not looking at the other people, you're just trying to do it based off of the syllabus. So when you equate the two, you make it into just a nice little, quadratic, and you solve your quadratic, you get these 2 answers for y. Don't forget to substitute back in the equation 2 to get your corresponding values of x. So these are my answers here. Y is -3, x is 14, y is -2, x is 11. Simultaneous was cake. I didn't even do this exam, yes, I don't know why. Kasi. The function f is defined as follows. Express f, so completing this way. So I did it the normal way. You could do it with your formula method. I pull out the 4, then I make a perfect square in this brackets here. Factorize it, and that's the answer. Don't forget to tick off whatever you're adding here to make the perfect square. 4 by 1. And this was the answer that I got. Then we were asked to state the minimum value of f of x. This is equal to k. This is equal to -6. So the minimum value of f of x was -6k. The k value from the completed square. Determine the equation of the axis of symmetry. When you put x is equal to -h. The axis of symmetry is the x value. So what does come in paper 3? Anything. You can bring anything, anywhere from the syllabus. But they try to bring it like a practical approach to maths. How much percentage is paper 3? 20%. Well, sir, thank God you have it in me to do again. Hopefully I'll improve more, please God. You definitely will improve. Keep practicing. So do you also HAB? I think you mean HSB. I never do HSB pass people on the channel, but I can do HSB. I'm from Jamaica, so how do I get into the online class? Once again, this is the number you want to WhatsApp from Jamaica, 8813, and sign up as soon as possible for the online class. We're coming down into the final season here. You'll get to take part in the last bit of the class. We have maybe about 20 more classes to do before exams. 2 hours each, Tuesday, 7 to 9, 200 TT a month. You can pay online, PayPal, bank deposit, bank transfer, anything you're feeling happy about, you can do. Just WhatsApp this number and talk to the admin. Tell her you want to link up. You're doing a live for paper 3? Yes, I want to do a live tomorrow, but people saying it have chem on Monday, so I might end up doing a little bit of chem. There'll be people. So paper 3 is private. What do you mean? I don't know. Paper 3 for private candidates, yes. So when you put this x is equal to negative h, don't forget to switch the sign on h, so x is equal to 1 is the axis of symmetry. The speed time graph, if you didn't study speed time graphs, then I run through a little problem because they did ask about some acceleration thing or something. They asked about describing the gradient. Determine the acceleration of the car for each of the stage of the journey. Yes, the acceleration. And the speed time graph, acceleration is the gradient. So you need to know how to find the gradient of this. This point is 0, 0. This point is 16, 12. So you just would gradient y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Or change in y over change in x. I've never seen a paper 3 in my life. Search Kerwin Spring and paper 3. I've done 2 full paper 3s on this channel already. And I've done some tips on paper 3. I lost 2 marks for this question. So far, the 2 marks I lost is the question on the page. You ever hear about Ramdat lesson, sir? No. How much percent is paper 2? I got this correct. Good night from Barbados. Really love your channel. Katrina Knight, big up yourself. Lessons. Love from the Most High. Alright, so they wanted the acceleration for each part. I don't think they wanted the acceleration for this part. I just went happily. They wanted the acceleration for stage 2 and stage 3. In stage 2, the acceleration is 0. You can see it's horizontal. And in stage 3, the acceleration is negative 3 over 2. You work it out by using these 2 points here, right? So that's that. Hey, sir, could you tell what you think they might put in paper 3? I feel there was breaks in the linear programming so long. I feel the linear programming might come. Now, CXC Spy, because you know, yes, I select CXC Spy is something on my video. If it really ever linear programming come, please, don't go back and tell the boys that we prepared for it. But my bet, my money on the linear programming, or maybe something with inequalities. Something with functions, maybe inequalities. I feel in around that line. Just make sure you revise trigonometry, geometry, functions, relations, and graph. Something in them, that topic will come. Most likely geometry and linear inequalities. You know your paper 3 is 20%. 2 questions is coming in paper 3. Each one of them with 10%. And it could come from anything on the syllabus they said. But from all the paper 3s we've seen before, is be a kind of practical approach to mathematics. And the question is asking about fence and some kind of thing, and you know, them kind of thing. Like almost like if you're talking from an SBA point of view. Prince, he said no to Ramdat. I don't know the Ramdat. That's it a bit. Who's Ramdat, boy? That's supposed to know. Paper 3 needs to bring a set of constructions so I can rank up in maths. It's something like let's call this a MOBA. Like an online game, you're ranking up. Oh, reach number 9 already. Number 9, we nearly done, people. The circle shown below has the center, la 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 la. Wait, we got back easy here. So if you watch this question and like that, looking too hard, I can't read, but then you read this part, you miss out on a too easy mark. Somebody tell me they forget totals, they forget these things. BC is called a chord. One of the most watched video on my channel is the circle theorems video. I have about 2 or 3 videos up on that. That's some of the most watched videos. People are always looking up that topic. So some of you all probably join my channel because I watch that video, circle theorems. So if you didn't see it, go and look it up. Kerwin Springer circle theorem. Watch this, and I went through all the basics in one. I will explain these things, right? So BC is a chord, and OA is the radius. This was good. Was matrices is always on the paper. Determine the value of each of the following angles. Show detailed working where necessary and give a reason to support your answer. So again, the value of x is 106 degrees because the base angles in an isosceles triangle, right? So you have this here. You get that angle and you take it away. You add up those two and you take it away from 180. I think switchbacks in here, but I join your channel because of the circle theorem. You see? Chemistry teacher. That's a chemistry teacher. So did you do the bearings question? I know the bearings question yet. You didn't do the bearings question yet. Wait. Reason. Base angles, isosceles triangle, angle, Now we need to find y. Y angles in a semicircle is 90 and angles. So y was over. That's not, I just exit this by accident. Y was over here. So this is a semicircle, so this has to be 90. Now this was a trick. Some people thought that y is 37 because the seeing Bonnier's thing kind of playing off there. But nobody said that this going back to touch C. In fact, this could have gone back to be missing C. So it wasn't from a common port. So this was a dirty little trick. This is the biggest trick I've ever seen in a circle theorems question, to trick you. Nastiest trick I've ever seen in a circle theorem question was this one. I might do a separate video on that. The dirtiest trick ever in a circle theorem question. Everybody, in fact, that question was like, yeah, they put 37, so they get tricked. Right? This you needed to use angles in a semicircle is 90 degrees and then subtract it. Right? And you will get a different answer actually. You would get 41, which is not 37. I had 37 first, but I get 41. Great. Hey, I don't think it's healthy what scale my brain came. My skull bus. Had to get serious with this, yes. Ram, that is a chemistry and physics teacher, one of the biggest lessons in Trinidad. Alright, well, Ram, that, big up yourself. Almost you could give me a contact and thing and I'll talk to Ram that. So the diagram below, not drawn to scale. Yeah, any social? You have any social? Instagram, Facebook. The diagram below not drawn to scale. This is the bearings question, people. Calculate the value of angle W. That's over here. So, and I think that was 3 marks or something. You have to do some work in here. This was the question we're talking about today, Aaron. Okay. So the bearing of Q from P is 133. How I found out W is I know that this is 180. So I'm only really missing this angle to take it away from 360. I'm only really missing this angle here. And I found this angle based on that this is 180 and this will have to be 47 tied up to 180. Now, the most requested, the toughest thing for most people is bearings. The most requested thing I get in this channel, hands down, is trigonometry bearings. So take your time, look up what I have on bearings. I did a lot of stuff on bearings. I'll have a crash course coming soon too. You can join that and we'll be going through some bearings again. Crash course is in Easter. That ain't nobody can talk to me tomorrow. I got the bearing correct. Alright, so this is 47, this is 47. And when you subtract from 360, you get 77. Determine the bearing of P from Q. Of P from Q. From Q. Actually, the way I got this was 180, take away these two. But same thing, same thing. So the bearing of P from Q, I add up this 180 and the 77, and I got my bearing right there. 257. That. Was that the end of the bearings question? Oh no, you have to calculate the distance RP. Time to bring out your big guns, you bring out your cosine rule. RP is over here. So you know you're ready for the cosine rule. This angle in between, boom. Once you see all those things happen, that means the stars have aligned. We're ready to use the cosine rule. Ah boy, don't know I locked down bearings last week. Right, so this was the answer here, 245.1. When you work out your whole cosine rule, boil down to that. I worked it backwards. Whatever I do, once you get the correct answer, you have appropriate routine. The transformation maps, so the matrices question was a little toxic for some people because it was a transformation and not much people know the transformation. Even on my channel, the first set of videos I did on matrices was simultaneous, that kind of thing now. All the things with determinant, everything explained like that. But the transformation part, I did that later on. So Mr. Man who was writing your exam was like, let me hit them some transformation. Maybe people not fully prepared for that one. You know, all the tricks about simultaneous and inverse and determinant and adjoint and that kind of thing. Transformation for them. So transformation came, and I feel transformation might even come again. And transformation just keep coming. I have some, anyhow, when exam reach closer, we'll start to talk about what, I don't want to say it now. Go. Right, so the transformation is this. Anytime you see a transformation, like, it will be some kind of modification of the identity matrix. You know, the identity matrix is like this. Identity matrix is like that. 1, 0, 0, 1. Like if I put negative there and I multiply, it will flip. The x value would get messed up. So it will flip this way. It will actually flip in the it will flip over the y-axis. If I put it here, it will flip over the x-axis. The y values will get messed up. So yes, you're multiplying. So let's see if I can get a better look at the diagram. I went from here and I went to there. So this is not a flip. This is actually a rotation, because if it was a flip, it would have go up somewhere up there. But it went like this. So it's really a rotation. I think they asked it to describe it, and well, we asked to describe. Yeah, we were asked to describe rotation anti-clockwise 90 degrees, center of rotation is the origin. You need to have all 4 points. If you're missing how much degrees, you lost a mark. If you're missing that anti-clockwise, you lost a mark. And next answer you can have put is 270 degrees clockwise. Right? Just the other way around, but you're going in the next set to make it up. Must put rotation, must put the center of rotation is the origin, or you can put 0, 0. Anybody get that correct? So check back the Brian's question, P from Q. I made a mistake. Daryl is from the online class. P from Q. I don't want to make a mistake because I'm going to leave this video up so everybody can see. Wait. P from Q. From Q. So I add in the 180 and I add in the 77. 180 plus 77. That's good as far as I can see. This was 47. 47. Add it up. Take away 7 and 7, 14 and 6. So 180. 180 and 180. So 180 and 77. Yeah, they're looking good. They're looking good. Let me know if you have a problem with that, Darren. And then let me just look at what we are actually asking the matrices question. We nearly reached the end there, people. Oh, I didn't do the next part. The diagram, ting. Let me just see if I leave out a part of the variance question. Nothing was omitted. Calculate the angle, determine the bearing, calculate the distance. Yeah, I did do the. Just stop at R. I stop at R. Did I stop at R? Oh my gosh. Thanks, boy, Daryl, boy. So yeah, I had to go to, I forget the 56. Yikes. One more mistake there. 180 plus 77 plus 56. So, I wouldn't have gotten total marks in this paper. I would have lost 1 mark. I would have lost actually maybe about 2 or 3 marks in this paper. Me. Because I made a mistake here and I made a mistake somewhere else. When I was talking about this question, which mistake? This question? Yeah. I wrote the wrong thing. And I was talking about, maybe when I was checking over, I might have figured out this. But something tell me when I was checking over, I would not have gotten that I would not have gotten that I forget to go all the way up here. Which is, I don't know how that happened. Yeah. So anybody got that? So 313 degrees. Or the easier thing to do now would have really just be to take away the 47 from 360 instead of adding up all them things. You'd say 180. I mean, sorry, 360 take away 47. So, alright. Well done. Let me move forward. Thanks, Daryl. Come to the front of the class. That's what I say in the 56 series. I get that wrong. I put translation with vectors, coordinates, chips. I put translation too. No. This is a rotation, right? Yeah, and a lot of people did this. They do the translation thing. It's not a translation. You need to multiply. So you're taking the T and multiply by the R. I think I did a live video on transformation matrices. Maybe it's still up. But don't worry, I'll do one before exam, and I'm going to do this topic in the class before exam, and I'm going to do a crash course on this before exam. So however way you want to get it, you could get it. If you're not getting taught it in lessons or school, just flow with the channel. That's what you subscribe for, right? Let me hope, of course, I just subtracted 47 from 360. Nice. So, that merits question, my way, sir. It must hurt you to get things wrong. Like how it's hurt me. Like how it's hurt me. It feels like a knife stab me. Alright, so -5 come across here. P is 1. What I do is just equate this multiply by that, because when you're working on transformation, you're taking the transformation matrix, multiplying it by the object coordinates, and you get the image coordinates, right? Your R, you get that. So we were asked to figure out P and Q. You multiply and you'll get your values there. So how are we going to know the difference between R and R prime? They gave you that. R was here and R prime was there. They wrote that here. R prime. You must have seen it there. Any other questions? Ouch. It's how I put flip. Yeah, real people put translation. It's not a flip, it's not a translation, it's a rotation. Right? Now, translation people have a little point, because if you're just watching it from that alone, you could see the translation. But they give you the matrix that is doing the little trick there. So, here go forward. Was that the answer? Was that the end? The end was the vectors question, which was I think the hardest question in the paper. Somebody else say something on the hardest question. A slide and a rotation, Lord Father. No, don't go through that. Rain started falling, I hear the background noise, but nearly done. So you'll just press like on the video. Once again, anybody who just come in and just see the announcement, press like on the video. You can follow me at Kerwin Springer on Instagram. Just search me up. For, especially those who do the exam, you want to stay tuned on what happened in the channel. Paper 3, I will try and do that this week. Maybe not tomorrow because chemistry people tomorrow. So I know. And to register for the online class, 1-868-790-8813. That's the number for the online class. CXC will give it as translation. Cassie can. Yeah. Let me see what the question asked. Because if you answer the question, so let's see people what you want. Describe fully the transformation M. No, you can't give it, they wouldn't give it as translation. They ain't gonna give it as translation. I don't know. Maybe. I don't really live in this paper. Let me finish up. Maybe. Cassie, you maybe have a point. Can. Cassie can. The legend says that like any calculator that I signed last year, once you sign your calculator, you cannot fail maths. So if you see me and you're gonna sign your calculator, that is it. No matter what you do, you can't fail maths. That's what the legend says. So I'm signing up some calculators this year again. MR is equal to this. Right. Show that MR is equal to that, and we're given this diagram. Well, you see new work in there for it, right? MR is over here. MR is over there. And we have to show that it's equal to this. Did I leave out the first part? Because I see in part 2 here. I think the part 1 wants to find. Let's figure out what part 1 was there. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, QS and QM. QS and QM. QS and QM. We have to find QS and QM. QS was this, because let me just remove everything that I drew here quickly. So QS is backwards on the U, forward on the V, backward on the U, forward on the V. Great. QM is 1/3 of that because you had a ratio of 1 to 2. You had a ratio of 1 part here to 2 parts there. So it means 3 parts in all. So QM is 1/3 of this. And then you have to show this, which was kind of hard to show. I think that was the last thing. No, there's a midpoint question afterwards. Hey, Stephen, what's up? Slowly logging off, headache. Watch quit my calculator every way, so I can get to know. Alright, so that's fun. So MR is actually MQ plus QR. There's 2 ways to do this, but I choose to go MR is MQ plus QR, and MQ is the opposite of QM. And QR is there. Join it up together. Got this. Nice. That was already kind of tough to get. What was even tougher was T is the midpoint of PQ. Prove that all of them are collinear. See the amount of work went into that. So you actually have to find TM, then find TR, show that they're related by a scalar factor, which was very hard to see. People came out the exam 12 o'clock and was messaging me, sir, the last question now working out. The last question now couldn't work out. The last question couldn't work out. The last question couldn't work out. I get a few messages like that, but it did. It did work out. It was just that with these fractions, it was hard to find the scalar factor. Right? But TM, you work out what TM is. TM and TR. Remember T, they said T is the midpoint of PQ, right? PQ, so T is somewhere here. So we're trying to show that all these points lie in the same line. So you need to get TM, and then you need to get from T to R. Or you can get TM and then get from M to R. We find MR already? Yeah, we had MR already. So you probably didn't need to find T to R. You could have find TM and MR. Instead of TR, you could have find MR. That would have worked just as well. So TM, when you find TM as this, cool. I found TR to be this. Now you need to examine these and see what kind of factor you can get out of this. It turned out if I multiply this by 3, I will get that. You're trying to show that 1 is the scalar factor or related by a scalar multiple. No, 1 is the scalar multiple. 1 related by a scalar factor to the other. You can use a multiple or factor depending on whether you're going from big to small or small to big, right? So the scalar factor was 3 because I multiply this up by 3 and I will get this. And so once I say that, and I say that they share a common point T, I have proven that they are collinear. If you want to get a little more information on this, because I didn't really explain this that well, I didn't go through the basics and thing. And you want to see it explained well, just look up Cohen, Springer vectors and go through the entire stuff I have on vectors and you'll be able to see that. And that brought us to the end of the paper. So the paper was very, very, very easy in the beginning. In the ending, that last vector question was as hard as it gets. As hard as it gets. But overall, I would rate the paper A+. And I would say that the paper is easy. I did a ranking on Instagram and the ranking was somewhere about here. When I said for people to rate the paper, I don't know how much people rate it. Hundreds of people rate it and the ranking was about here when I did that on Instagram. So last year when I did a rate the paper for paper 2, the ranking was somewhere about here. I kid you not. Somewhere about there was the ranking for paper 2. So we went from here to quite up there. And last year more people rated this. Thousands upon thousands of people rated this. So this paper was sweet. Brace yourself, according to the legend. When January came easy last year, May was a murderous paper. January came even easier by general public reaction. So we know what's going to happen in Italy. Yeah, you know. But the safest place for you, here is a safe space. You can feel free to come on this channel anytime. You can cry and watch your videos and things. Just make sure that you're doing lots of past papers. Once again, before we go, one more announcement. I've seen this a million times. Before you go, if you haven't yet, press like on the video, subscribe. It will increase the interaction. Follow me on Instagram to, I don't know, watch my selfies and things, watch my inspirational quotes, watch my ideas, and know when I'm coming on live. I'll do paper 3 videos soon. Paper 3 videos coming soon. Maybe I might do chem tomorrow. And last but not least, for those who are not in a class and want to join a nice little class, the sweetest class in the Caribbean for mathematics, because you can watch over your classes. You get to work along with me. You get to ask students from all over the Caribbean about ideas and topics. You get to converse with people not during the actual exam, people. There are CXE spies on my groups, but it's a really nice class to be with. You get tutors, you get assignments, you get to keep up to date, you get mock exams, you get crash course, all for the price of 200 TT a month. Anybody you meet on the class, just anybody, ask them how the class was, and they'll tell you best maths class they ever go to. So link up to the Zinc Up. Blessings. Any other comments? Any other things? When you join the online classes, can you see previous classes? Yes. Join quickly, because to see the previous classes might start to cost a little bit now, because remember, there are 27 classes gone before that people already paid for. So to gain access to those classes, right? So join the classes right now. There's no registration fee. You're just joining right now. But if you go down too late near the exam, you'll have to pay a little registration fee, because you'll be getting to see stuff we do from since last year, June, this class start. So I urge you to join before that offer finishes. Yeah, so Mole YT is from the class. That's Christian. Steve Samuel Singh. So when you're going live again tomorrow, God willing, I want to go live again. Maybe I'll be doing chem, or I'll be doing paper 3. How much marks you have to get from paper 2 to get a 2? It depends on how much you're scoring paper 3 and paper 1. You remember, your exam goes like this. 3 papers, paper 1, paper 2, paper 3. The paper 3 is 20%. The paper 2 is, oh, you can't see. Bring it around a little bit. Whoops. The paper 1 is the multiple choice, which is 30%. So 30 and 20 is 50. So the paper 2 is 50%. Half of all your marks coming from paper 2. But the paper 3 is the sweetest one. If you're doing SBAs, you must score that 20%, get that 20%. Do chem. And from what I've gathered, based on what people have told me, like hundreds of students I've worked with, well, actually thousands, it seems like everyone that averaged over 70% last time got a 1. Everyone, when they work on the average and they get over 70%, they get a 1. So I would say safely, try and average in all your papers over 75% if you want a 1. And everyone who averaged over 45 to 50% passed. Once they work on their average, and it was like over 50% pass. But CXE doesn't reveal the grade boundaries, which I am always advocating for, that they reveal the grade boundaries. What percentage you got in each paper, they tell you that. Imagine you paying for this exam, and all you see at the end is a results thing. Is your grade and your profiles. That's not good enough. They need to tell you your percentages, and they need to show you what percentage get you into what grade. You're paying for this. Well, so some of you are paying for this in Trinidad, it's free. But the government paying for this, your taxpayer dollars coming out to pay for this. So big up my alumni presentation, college honors. Is CSEC in 2021 going to be e-testing? A lot of places doing e-testing already, especially for multiple choice. Do chem first. What subject you doing tomorrow? Will it be in the evening, sir? It will be after lunch. I have somewhere to go in the evening. It won't be late night because I'll be live in late. If you lose 24 marks, so if you lose 24 marks in this paper, remember your paper 2 is out of 100 marks. So if you lose 24 marks, it means you lost 12%. So it means that you would have gotten what, 38% in this paper. So you only lost 12% out of the 100 so far. You understand what I'm saying? Your paper 2 is out of 100 marks. Your paper 3 is out of 20 marks. So every single mark is a percent. And the paper 1 is out of 60. I'm writing stuff there, but you can't see it. Your paper 1 is out of 60 questions. Paper 2 is 100 marks. Paper 3 is 20 marks. Bearings was AIDS. So they say that June this year is going to be any computer. For some schools it would be. Some schools not prepared. So what month do you get back the results for January? I forget. January results tend to come a little faster than me. So what about a 3 in it? So do INT later, please. INT what? Integrated science. Alright, people. 1 hour and 20 minutes. When I worked it out in class, it was a full 2-hour class and change. So I'll leave this video up for those who want to come back and check. I don't think I made any mistakes. We corrected the one mistake I make in the bearings question. If I find out that I make any mistake, I'll comment in the comment section and pin it. So how do you think the 2020 May June exam will come? I think it will come harder than January. I think any exam will come harder than this January exam. So can you do some physics? Yeah, I can do anything. I feel maths horribly. Sorry to hear. Make sure and fix up for me if you sign up for me. So you could get a paper 2 in paper 2 if you lose 24 marks. You don't get A's in the papers. You get A's in KCR. In your profiles, knowledge, comprehension, reasoning, or use of knowledge, whatever. You get A's in your profile. Each paper has different rankings for KCR. You understand? You can go in the syllabus and look it up. I explained this some live video. I explained that in detail already. You can go in your syllabus and check it out. I'm about to head over to your paper 3 video. So yeah, if during the live I talked about something that you know you're supposed to go to, like linear programming, paper 3, multiple choice, something that I know you want to go to, feel free to go to that now. You could also check out channels like Adaptation, Jermaine Hatton for English. There are lots of CXC teachers joining the dance now and helping out. There's channels that was here before me as well. Don't forget to sign up for my class. I'll come back my class thing. Or if you're not going to do anything now, head now to my Instagram, Cohen Springer, and follow me and give me a shout out. Just remember something important, but it slipped me. Right, SBA. I'm working on doing the SBA sample for you. So SBA sample, comment.